Alright, so let's go ahead and add a text to it. So I have my text tool here. I want to first of all add my topics. Okay, so I'll come here, and this says former war crimes prosecutor appointed to investigate. So former war crimes prosecutor to investigate. Just to be appointed, because you have to make it very short. Okay, that's one thing that you have to note when you become a media person or something like that. You have to note how to break points, some text down, in order for it to get more space or make it more understandable, but make it short but people understand it. Okay, so let me make this. I want to use Pioja. Then I'll make the then also 25 points as well, and I'll control the tracking. So I think it's good for me. Come here and then bring it to that side. I also have advantage of bringing in more text. Come over here. Make sure that it's somewhere over here. I want to stick it to the margin and not anywhere else. Now I want to make sure that hit Control B to make the number 0, and I also a 2. I want it 2, and I also make sure that I control the data for the test frame that I'll be using. Okay, so I want it to be, let's see, 0.25 inches. 0.25 inches. Yes, here is 2, the number is 2, but let's work on the data instead. Okay, please. So 0.25 inches. Now I want to make sure that I pick the text that I'll be using before I go ahead and then fill with placeholder text, because I don't want to create this thing where I'll just go back. And as usual, I've told you that you can always make sure that you do what you call character or paragraph style. Okay, so that you may go ahead and be creating the text again. So I want this to be 8.5. Hit enter. Now I'll come here and I'll fill with placeholder text. And there I go. And if I think I'm okay, for instance with this one, I'll come here, hold Alt and then duplicate it to the side. Now it's so sure to have this 5 killed after gunmen open fire at LGBT club in Colorado. So this thing is a very long one. Let me hit copy. Yes, come here to a right click and then paste without formatting. So 5 killed after gunman opens fire at LGBT nightclub in Colorado. Okay. I don't need the springs. I'll make sure that I bring this somewhere here. I'll come here. So now let me zoom out. I want to add a byline here, which will be for the person who wrote the article. As I told you about the bylines, they are very important in order to give recognition to the person who wrote the. So let's see. Let's say by Control A to select, and then I want to make it pure jar italic 9 points. But with this font, I only got the what do you call? I didn't get the all the font family, okay, because if you need that, you would have to purchase it. So if I'm using this font, all I have to do is that I have to use the force italic. Okay. And let's do it this way. And let me bring it here. Of course, you can change the color. Also, I want to add the session over here. So I say maybe maybe this is for politics. Let me just see. Politics. Okay. I can just select this and I'll change the color. And let me choose red so that it becomes more clear. And also, we want to differentiate it, so you want to choose regular italic, and then you're good to go. Now let's zoom out, and then let's make sure we duplicate this and bring it somewhere here. So let's hold Alt and then duplicate it. Okay, this space is okay for us. And now I want to delete this. Now let's make sure make this very big. Then let's fill it with that text again. Then we would want to select this, and this is social. So some people will use world news page. It depends on you. You can see page 5, see page 4, or any term that you want to use. Okay, it depends on you. And there you go. Now do this with the others. Okay, the rest. Now let's duplicate this. Here too, we want to bring in the byline if possible. Then indicate the person who wrote it. Okay, and then now let's duplicate this, bring it here, which will be the Kanye West story. Now I'll come over here and then come and find the Kanye West story. which says Kanye West returns to Twitter with Shalom post. Let me just see let me just slide this because I don't want it to be long because of this lesson. Okay, but if I'm doing it, I know how to post it since I'm a journalist myself, so I know how to make topics. Okay, all these things you have to make use of the leading and the tracking. Okay, but you shouldn't let the font size be more than 9. The font size for the body copy, it shouldn't be more than 9. If you do so, then it means you don't know what you are doing. When the person has the copy, it becomes so big. If you buy the newspaper, you will see that this one is very, very, very big. Then we duplicate this too also here. And then this is showbiz. Okay. And let's say W to preview what we've done so far. Okay, so let's come here and work on the main image over here. 1, 2. So this one is, I'll copy this and then I'll paste it over here. So Control A to select all, and then I want to make sure that I use pure jar. I want this to be like 46 points, okay, or 45 or 46 is okay. And I have to change the color if I want it to be visible. Let me bring this here. So fill replace with that text. There you go. You can add some drop shadows if you want. If you think that they are not visible for you, of course you still have the chance to play with the image. Okay. So this will be your headline. So Control A to select all of this. Now let's work on it so that we get a proper test and the rest. So you put your headline here. And it actually depends on what you want to bring there. You can just say hot news. Or any tagline that you want to use. Okay. and you're good to go. So you can always play around with the colors until you get a color that you think that is good for you. Don't be using many colors in this, including okay. Then make sure you can add your byline and then your the others. So make sure you add it and then so we want to add our other news. So let's see our other news. We have the Musk reinitiate former President Donald Trump's Twitter account. So let me copy all this. Now I would want to work on the colors of this. I want the tint to be 100%. And I want this to be this. It's good. I'll come here. I also want this to be this. And I want this to be 100%. If I think that this is too pink for me, I can come and reduce it a little bit. Okay. Now let me pick my text too. And then I want to add the rest, including what I just picked right now. So let me bring it here. So I want this to be pure jar 24 points. And then I also want to make this like somehow like a same. Make it the same pure jar. So I wanted to choose some light on. You can now pick it and bring it here. If I want to change the color, I can change it over here. Add some leading to it and even increase the size. And you can play around with the color. So I want this to be somehow like. So make sure you play around with it until you get a perfect one. And let's come to the next one. And also we have the last panda in Latin dice. So I'll come here and then I'll duplicate this one. So out and then duplicate it over here. Um, let me Control A, paste without formatting. So let's say I want all to be all caps. Um, so I will add something explaining about the last panda. So let me change the size to, so 9 point is okay. Again, and to make sure to fill with placeholder text. And turn it to auto. If it's not okay for me, I still have the right to make adjustments to it. So I want this to be smaller text. And you can always use the indents if you think that it is too much for you or it's too close. The text is too close to the text frame. You can always use them. So with this, I have some space, so I can decide to add my gradient swatch like this, but I don't use it because I still have some spaces between where the image, and I can still place it there. So I don't need, I'm not sure that I will need this. So we want to bring in our text. Then let's put something there. So I come over here. So let's see. Trump. That the American savior. Actually, this to be pure J and 24 points. I want to include any hyphenation with it. Still have the chance to control the leading. You can play around with the colors. And you can also increase the sizes if you think that it is too small for you. So this is maybe politics. Page 20. Control A. Then I'll use the font that I want to use. So this last one I want to use a model. And if you want, you can, as usual, the columns or anything that you think you seem right for you. You can still change the color. So if this is not okay for me, still have the chance of choosing a different color. And you can still play around with the colors. And let me hold out and duplicate it to the side. And let's say this is social. You can also change the font if it is uppercase, and if you don't want it to be uppercase, you can still change it. Okay. Make sure that you align it to the center. And you can change the color as well. That's what you want. So now this is what we've gotten so far. Let's go to the presentation. Now we've created our newspaper template. So now this is how to create a newspaper template. Easy and very simple, and you can create it within a matter of seconds. So I'm sure that we can also bring in a Photoshop file. Okay, Photoshop file. Let's say that way. So if there is one I want to bring in, I can just bring it in. Just take it and put it in. Okay. After loading, you can see that it has been placed. So it's not always Illustrator. You can bring in Illustrator, Photoshop, anything. You can bring it in, just place it, or you can still go to File, Place, and place it in. So this is how to create a newspaper template, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Right, so one thing I also want you to take notice with this, you just created the cover, okay, and you can come to the pages and then you can add more pages, okay. So let's check facing pages over here. Okay, so let's check facing pages. And let's add some of the pages. Oh no. Okay. And you can add them this way, anyhow you want it to be. And looking at the way you designed this thing, it's also very simple, like the way we designed the magazine spread. This also is very simple to design, and you can use that same format to design them. So as you can see with this place, we don't have to let the margin be on this side. So to lay out margins and columns, then make this 0.4375 inches. Okay, then now I'll start to work with it. Okay, then you have everything available for you to. So if this is my first thing that I want to story, I have my topic over here. Okay, maybe I have my topic over here, and then I'll fill with placeholder text. So I want just to know that it's very simple to do. Okay, so you have to make sure you look out for more motivations. Then you bring your test frame here. Ensure you add any image to it. Okay, then you can add another text box. Then you can play around with it. So it depends on the imagination and what you are, the number of tests that you've been given to work with. Okay, just like that. You make sure that you control the spacing, leading and the track and the rest, and then you just be designing the body of your newspaper. So it's very simple, and I don't need to waste time on it. So take note. So thank you for joining this lesson, and we will see you in the next lesson.